2022-24, feel extremely delighted to have you all here to embark on the new journey of success. We are happy to announce the 10 days of orientation cum induction program, Prarambh, for the new batch PGDM 2023-25, organized by Jaipuria School of Business. Today, we are fortunate to be joined by a galaxy of luminaries. A big round of applause for all the August gathering. Om Saraswati Maya Drishtava Veena Pustak Dharnim Hans Vahini Samay Yukta Ma Vidya Dan Karuto Me Om. Now, we will have our traditional auspicious lamp lighting ceremony as a tribute to Ma Saraswati. For this, I request all our respected dignitaries to please come forward for igniting the lamp of knowledge and wisdom. I would request everyone to please rise for lamp lighting. Thank you everyone for your reciprocation. I now request all the dignitaries to take their respective seats. May I now request our Honorable Chairman, Sir, to present a sapling as a symbol of prosperity to the Chief Guest, Mr. Amit Malik, President of VATSPay Worldwide, South Asia and Pacific, as a welcome gesture. Please, sir. Thank you so much, sir. May I now request our Shri Vinod Malhotra, sir, to present a sapling as a symbol of joy to the guest of honor, Mr. Mahesh Gupta, Assistant Vice President, Supply Chain, Bata India Limited, as a welcome gesture. Please, sir. Thank you so much, sir. May I now request our Director General, Dr. Rajiv R. Thakur, to present a sapling as a symbol of joy to the guest of honor, Dr. Rupa Manjri Ghosh, former Vice Chancellor, Shiv Nadar University, Noida, as a welcome gesture. Thank you so much, sir and ma'am. May I now request Dr. Tapan Kumar Nayak, Dean Academics, to present a sapling as a symbol of life to Sri Shishir Jaipuria, sir, as a welcome gesture. Please, sir. Thank you so much, sir. May I now request our Director General, Dr. Rajiv R. Thakur, to present a sapling as a symbol of prosperity to Sri Vinod Malhotra, sir, as a welcome gesture. Thank you so much, sir. May I now request Professor Himanshu Manglik, sir, to present a sapling as a symbol of joy to Mr. Abhijit Rai, founder and CEO, View Express, PGDM batch 2014-16, as a welcome gesture. Thank you so much, sir. It's my sheer pleasure to invite our inspiration and our guiding force, Dr. Tapan Kumar Nayak, Dean of Academics, Jaipuria School of Business, who has a wide range and depth of experience in various facets of academia, to prarambh this morning with your insightful thoughts. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Siddhi. Good morning and namaskar. Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Amit Malik, Guest of Honors, Dr. Rupamanjri Ghosh, Madam, Mr. Mahesh Gupta, Distinguished Alumni, Mr. Abhijit, and Ms. Rabjot in absentia, Honorable Chairman, Sir, Sri Shishir Jaipuria, esteemed Advisor, Sir, Sri Vinod Malhotra, Director General JSB, Dr. Rajiv R. Thakur, distinguished guests of the dais, members of faculty, staff, and my dear budding managers. A very good morning to one and all. On this auspicious morning, after having an auspicious puja and havan, I take this as my honor and privilege to heartily congratulate and welcome all of you to the commencement day, Prarambh, an induction cum orientation program of Jaipuria School of Business, Ghaziabad, organized for all of you, my dear budding managers, for the batch 2023-25. A big round of applause for all of you. I am equally humbled to say that Jaipuria School of Business, established in 2008 by the noted philanthropist, industrialist, Dr. Rajaram Jaipuria, is a premier management institute in the country. The Jaipuria Group has been in the educational landscape of India for the last 77 years with a mandate to contribute towards building the knowledge capital of the country by providing world-class value-based, and proactive professionals. Having a legacy of 77 years in the field of education, Jaipuria School of Business, a flagship educational institute of Jaipuria Group of Educational Institutions, is a frontrunner in offering career-focused curriculum for new age roles in the industry. My dear friends, the main objective of this induction cum orientation program is to build a solid foundation for the 2 years of your journey of education and to familiarize you with the institutional process and people. To give you a perspective on the corporate and management education, you will also get an opportunity to interact with the prominent and successful business leaders and management thinkers. We are grateful to our leader, Dr. Rajiv Thakur, Director General, Jaipuria School of Business, for making this induction program a memorable one, a remarkable one. Thank you so much, sir. Our sincere gratitude to our Honorable Chairman, Sri Sisir Jaipuria, and the esteemed advisors, Sir Binod Malhotra ji, for extending us all-time support, moral support, and guidance to strive towards greater and greater academic heights and to prepare our budding managers towards their long-term goals. Before I leave, I would also like to thank my sincere gratitude to my core team members, Professor Sapna, Professor Saloni, Dr. Lalit, Professor Kanchana, and Dr. Sahil for their untiring support, tireless effort to make this day happen, to make this day a remarkable one for all our budding managers, all our stakeholders. Once again, I welcome you all to this 10 days long induction cum orientation program, and I'm sure this extensive and diverse learning process, this extensive and diverse learning platform is going to add lots and lots of values to your existing knowledge, to your existing wisdom. Thank you all, and God bless you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. It's our honor to introduce the man of distinct vision, Dr. Rajiv Ranjan Thakur, Director General, Jaipuria School of Business, with more than 2 decades of illustrious experience in both industry and academia. I would like to request our inspiring Director General par excellence to deliver his welcome address to the August gathering. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Namaskar. Good morning. Esteemed distinguished members on the dais, my distinguished guests in the audience, fellow colleagues from Jaipuria Group, I stand honored and privileged in welcoming you all. And let me take a moment to extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you for sparing this time despite the challenging weather, challenging traffic conditions, your own schedule, and being here for this occasion, this auspicious occasion of 16th induction cum orientation program, as we prarambh a new journey with the new faces and the new students present here. Thank you, all of you. More important further, it is my proud privilege to welcome my dear students of this new batch और सम्मानित अभिभावक जन, आप जो यहाँ उपस्थित हैं, आप सभी का स्वागत है। और वो Sabhi Chhatra, all those students who could not be present here physically today, but since the program is live, I'm sure you are watching us online and very soon we see you on the campus. My dear friends, when I welcome you, I don't welcome a mere students of postgraduate degree or a diploma in this institute. I welcome the future of India, the future, the 50 years, next 50 years of this India will be built by you. मैं उन तमाम संभावनाओं को जो आज के इस भारत में और एक नए भारत को बनाने में यहाँ उपस्थित है, मैं उसको वेलकम करना चाहता हूं। आज का भारत आप हैं और आप लगभग जो कि 14 राज्यों से यहाँ पे उपस्थित हैं, कोई इटावा से, कोई गोरखपुर से, कोई झारखंड के किसी शहर से, कोई कलकत्ता के किसी शहर से, कोई उत्तराखंड से, आप आज भारत की वो तस्वीर है, वो आकांक्षाएं हैं, वो फ्यूचर है, जो वो आकांक्षाएं, वो संभावनाएं जो कि आप, आपका परिवार, आपका समाज आप में देख रहा है, जो आज अपने घर से बाहर निकलकर एक नई दुनिया, एक नई मंजिल तलाशने के लिए अपनी दुनिया, अपनी समाज की दुनिया, अपनी परिवार की दुनिया और इस देश का भविष्य बनाने के लिए निकला है, मैं उनका स्वागत कर रहा हूं। I welcome you all. You are the future of this country. And let me tell you, when you join this program, and when we find you here, we just don't want you to be our students. We don't want you to be just the learners, or we all don't want to teach you only. Rather, we believe in touching upon your lives. आपके जीवन को हम छूना चाहते हैं, उस हर एक पहलू को हम छूना चाहते हैं जो आपको एक सफल व्यक्ति, एक सफल प्रोफेशनल आने वाले दिनों में बनाएगा। और इसके लिए you will witness, of course, the academics, which is focused on rigor, the latest curriculum, industry-oriented curriculum will prepare you, ready you with all the skills, the right temperament, but at the same time, you will have all kind of curricular activities, exposure on ground, exposure with the society. आपने शायद इस इंडक्शन प्रोग्राम का डिटेल अगर देखा होगा तो हमने हर उस पहलू को छूने की कोशिश की है जो आपके व्यक्तित्व में कहीं ना कहीं छिपा होगा, आपकी पर्सनालिटी में वो कहीं ना कहीं दबा हुआ होगा और उसको हम निखारने की कोशिश करेंगे. We would intend, as I said, by transforming you, transforming your skills, we will touch upon your lives. This is a challenging journey where you will find the entire Jaipuria family, right from the top management to our all stakeholders, like the esteemed guests who are present here, our faculty members, our staff members, even those supportive staff who toil hard to make all these events successful, they will be behind you to support and help you evolve in your journey. और इस यात्रा में हम तो सब कुछ देने को तैयार हैं और देंगे, बट इस यात्रा में आपको अपने सर्वस्व की आहुति देनी होगी. You will have to give your 200%. This is what is expected. This is what we desire. और उस यात्रा में, उस यज्ञ में बहुत सारी कठिनाइयां आएंगी, बहुत सारे challenges आएंगे. We will be there to handhold you, to support you. But you have to be focused. You have to see what actually you need, what you can benefit. You have to challenge yourself. You have to challenge your faculty. You have to challenge us. This entire institute doesn't believe in hierarchy. We are all as a family. The doors are open. You can interact. You must have seen the evidence in last 2 days at least, being physically present, the kind of culture we have. And of course, with the interaction that you may have had during last 1 month or so. तो आपको अपने को इसमें झोंकना पड़ेगा. You will have to devote yourself and the success will be yours. The future will be yours. The dream that you carry for yourself, for your family, for your parents, that will be fruitful. और इस जर्नी में मैं एक आपसे आगाह करना चाहूंगा. I would like to caution you कि जैसे यज्ञ होता है तो आपने सुना होगा कि बहुत आसुरी शक्ति आती हैं. There are demonic forces. Even the positive forces, gods, they create hurdles for you. तो यहाँ पे भी आपको बहुत सारी चीजें सामने आएंगी. अभी खास करके बहुत कुछ सुनने में आएगा. ये संस्था में बहुत चीजें नहीं होती, प्लेसमेंट नहीं होता, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. इस संस्था से दूसरा संस्था बेहतर है, बट लेकिन आपको जज करना है. अगर कोई कहता है कि प्लेसमेंट नहीं होता तो आपको खुद ही समझना है कि प्लेसमेंट एक्चुअली क्या है, कौन करा रहा है. और प्लेसमेंट यहाँ पे, ये प्लेसमेंट के लिए हम तैयार आपको कैसे करते हैं वो आपको समझना है. हम उस अंतिम छात्र जो कि 26 चांस भी अपीयर हो करके भी अगर वो असफल होता है किसी कारण से, तो हम भी उसके तब भी उसके पीछे रहते हैं और उसको हम सफल बनाते हैं. उस मेहनत को आपको देखना होगा. एक फैकल्टी आपको सिर्फ पढ़ाती नहीं है, वो आपके लिए एक मेंटर है, एक गाइड है, एक गार्जियन है. आपकी उसकी तपस्या को देखना पड़ेगा. आप एक दूसरे से कैसे सीखेंगे, क्या माहौल है, क्या कल्चर है, इस चीज को देखना होगा. और ये सिर्फ इतना ही नहीं, इस पूरे ग्रुप का क्या विजन है, क्या इंटेंट है और किस ग्रुप के तहत ये इंस्टीट्यूट आगे बढ़ रहा है, इन तमाम चीजों को आपको देखना चाहिए. आज इसके दिन जब आपकी यात्रा प्रारंभ हो रही है, very pertinently we have called it as प्रारंभ. एक auspicious beginning है आपकी. और इस आपके यात्रा में, आपकी ड्रीम जर्नी में, we are lucky to have few of the eminent leaders from the business who will share their part of their journey, their thoughts कि आज और आने वाला कल कैसा होने वाला है, आज और आने वाले कल में आपको कैसे बनना है, आपकी इंडस्ट्री से आपकी क्या अपेक्षा है. आपकी बहुत सारी अपेक्षाएं हो सकती हैं, लेकिन उसके पहले जो समाज की, इंडस्ट्री की, कॉर्पोरेट की क्या अपेक्षाएं हैं, उसको आपको समझना जरूरी है. तो आज मैं we will have many more opportunities to talk, interact. I don't want to take much time. This is the moment when you should listen from these eminent people, their journey. और फिर आपको भी लगेगा यार ये भी तो 20 साल पहले, 25 साल पहले हमारे ही जैसे थे, और ये आज कहाँ से कहाँ पहुंच गए। तो उस चीज को समझने की, उस यात्रा को समझने की कोशिश कीजिए और आपकी यात्रा शुभ हो, सफल हो। मैं इसी शुभकामना के साथ यहीं पे अपने आज के एड्रेस को खत्म करना चाहूंगा। थैंक यू ऑल, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस ऑल ऑफ यू, थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you so much, sir. Your inspiring words always ignite the spark in us. A visionary leader, a true mentor, an enthusiastic reader, and a pious follower of Bhagavad Gita, Sri Vinod Malhotra ji is the sculptor of a human character whose inspiration and vision are leading us to reach deep heights in the field of education. He has written more than 14 books as a true devotee of the Bhagavad Gita, like The Bliss, Management Learning from the Gita, and many more. I would like to request Sri Vinod Malhotra ji to elucidate on the journey of success.
Namaste, everybody. The word welcome has been used several times, so I shall sort of rest it because बहुत स्वागत आपका होगा. Let me get on to the job straight away. There's one task for all of you. When you step out of this room, go and stand in front of the building, the main building. And you'll observe two beautiful quotations. One is that if you get what you get, you make a living by what you get, and you make a life. Similar thought very good by Winston Churchill many years ago. The second statement is, arise, awake, and stop not till you take the drive from it. Now these two statements are right there in front of you. Today, when you step into the institution, not merely read them, but try and see them as part of your future journey. But it's also important for you to be very clear about what you want. You probably will be exposed to multiple disciplines here, technology, but you really have to make sure that whatever vocation, whatever discipline, stay in conformity with your intrinsic nature. अपनी प्रकृति के अनुरूप अगर आप का चयन करेंगे, success, excellence, I always prefer excellence. If excellence is there, success will be found. That's what should be. अपनी प्रकृति के अनुरूप जो मार्ग है अगर आप चुनेंगे तो सुगम होगा, उसमें आपको दक्षता प्राप्त होगी. उसी एजुकेशन का जो पैराडाइम है उसमें एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण दो शब्द हैं जो मैं आपके सामने शब्द अंग्रेजी के हैं, but you can translate. One is doing and second is being. There is a big difference. And together in know it. जानते हैं कि सच बोलना बहुत जरूरी है. We speak, tell the truth. You know that yoga is very good to us. Education does not really mean it unless it is followed by action. Whatever education, whether it's technology, whether it's management, whether it's chemistry, unless you live through that experience, that is where I think become the what we will learn in our what is being taught. First of all, question. We must first always say, why am I doing? What am I doing is not so important. Question yourself, the right thing. And once you're convinced about it, you should pursue of that particular.
get an opportunity, and I would say that these 2 years kind of last of question came in that kind of paradigm. But get out of this future. Word is hostile, word is not going to be complete tolerant of what to do. गलतियों को बहुत आसानी से क्षमा नहीं करेगा. And learn, so don't waste what is being taught to you. Pick it up, analyze, internalize, question, analyze, and accept it. So, being and being, I think setting up goals is very important. You see, a bird, if you look around the world today, we are at its own perfection. परिवर्तन का ये जो 21वीं शताब्दी के अंदर बहुत प्रभावी परिवर्तन आपको करना है. परीक्षित क्या है, सिम्टम्स क्या है, दैट सिम्टम ऑफ कंप्लीट पूरा सबका
चल सी मची हुई है. सबसे पहला डिस्ट्रप्शन तो बात करते हैं टेक्नोलॉजिकल डिस्ट्रप्शन. वी यूज द वर्ड डिस्ट्रप्शन, मतलब सब कुछ हलचल मच जाती है, सब कुछ फेर बदल जाता है. टेक्नोलॉजी रियली हैज डिस्टर्प्टेड the way we live, the way we think, the way we act, the way we do business. The second most important disruption that is happening is called ecological disruption. The symptoms are right there in front of you. Look at Delhi did not have flood reaching up to 208, 209 meters level ever before in history. The word places like London and Paris and New York are reeling under unprecedented heat. You know, people, we are quite okay with 40 degrees here, but वहाँ 32 degree पहुंच जाते हैं तो लोग कांपने जलने शुरू हो जाते हैं. So this is what is really happening. The glaciers are melting. So what I'm trying to say is disruption of this two nature, technology and ecological, are all, we really need to sit back and question who's responsible for it. Everyone sitting here, everyone. And each one has the responsibility to make sure that we contribute something in trying to mitigate the impact of all this. You see, हर एक व्यक्ति का, हर विश्व के हर नागरिक का ये कर्तव्य है कि इस धरती को, इस प्लैनेट अर्थ को इसी प्रकार खूबसूरत बना के रखने का दारोमदार प्रत्येक नागरिक के ऊपर है. I think we must learn to live in complete harmony with each other and harmony with nature. I think this is going to be, and I, like Dr. Thakur talked about next 50 years. Next 50 years, what kind of world would you like to see for yourself? You're going to decide what action you need to take. And let me just conclude it with one beautiful mantra from one Upanishad called Isha Vasya Upanishad. Interestingly, you see, when Mahatma Gandhi came across this Upanishad, this particular mantra, he says this mantra itself symbolizes the entire philosophy of Vedanta. The entire philosophy is summed up, and that is Isha Vasamidam Sarvam Jat Kincham Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita Magridakasya Swedanam. Very interesting. He says the entire universe, everything that you find here belongs to just one entity. It could be God, it could be Ishwar, it could be Allah, it could be Muhammad, whatever. Take whatever is legitimately due to you. There's enough for everyone. There's absolutely enough, no problem, no scarcity in this world. There is enough for even for about 8 billion people now. We reached that figure. सबके लिए पर्याप्त उपलब्ध है. उतना लो जितनी तुमको आवश्यकता है. जितना which is legitimately due to you. And for that, first deserve, then desire. हम लोग पता क्या करते हैं? We desire first, then start deserving. We look at the deserving part later. First deserve and then desire, and take only that much which you need. And more importantly, don't lust what belongs to others. There's enough for everyone. So I think that's a kind of the basic concept of education. You learn the principles of, from Philip Kotler, you learn principles from finance, you read whatever you want to read. But if you don't understand, look at the basic essentials of how you're going to live your life, how you're going to contribute to the overall society. You cannot possibly live in an island. We're not sort of kind of marooned in a particular island. We're right here in the midst of storm, in the midst of everyone. in the midst of all kinds of things that are happening. There's terrorism, there are the hunger, the floods, but we need to make sure that our education, all that we've learned here, helps us to come to terms with those things. And we're able to sort out, find the solution to the problem. And problem solving is going to be one of your major assets. Find out how to solve a problem. Because multiple problems, despite technology, problems in this world are going to be numerous. And I think you as management students, you need to manage the problems, find a solution to the problems. And for that, you use the tools that are going to be taught to you. Out-of-box thinking, different kind of processes, different procedures, different technologies. One size cannot fit all. So you need to sort of keep on inventing, keep on innovating to make sure that you're able to solve a problem. And I think if you become a problem solver, if you become a troubleshooter, I think you'll become an asset to the organization. That organization will not let you go from there. So wish you all the best. Get as much as you can, extract every juice, everything out of what is being delivered to you by these great people. And at the end of it all, give it back to society. Don't keep it with yourself, share it with others. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom. Before we invite our Honorable Chairman, sir, to enlighten us, I would request the technical team to play the corporate video of Jaipuria Group of Institutions.
Ma Jyotirgamaya. Jaipuria School of Business, Indrapuram, Ghaziabad, is one of the best business schools in India with a strong presence in Delhi NCR. Established in the year 2008 by late Dr. Rajaram Jaipuria, the renowned textile tycoon and philanthropist. The Jaipuria School of Business is a world-class business school. The flagship of management education within the Jaipuria Group of Educational Institutions. The group have over a dozen educational institutions from pre-primary to postgraduate level spread across India.
Jaipuria School of Business was founded with a vision to train young graduates as future-ready managers and builders of new India. Within a short span of 10 years, Jaipuria School of Business has earned a place amongst the best B schools of India. I am happy that the institute has kept pace with the changes in the environment and has been adapting its curriculum to the requirements of time.
The Jaipuria legacy in higher education started in 1945 with the establishment of the famous Jaipuria College in Kolkata, inaugurated by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. The Jaipuria Group has a strong legacy of philanthropic work, primarily in education and social service. Even before India attained independence, the Jaipuria School of Business is a future academy. It runs a curriculum ahead of time. Education prepares the students for the future. The vision of Jaipuria School of Business focuses on the future. The students are taught tomorrow's skills today and prepared to be not just managers but leaders of future.
Jaipuria School of Business, an established B school in the National Capital Region, is widely respected for its futuristic postgraduate program in management. Over a decade, the institute has been producing leaders and professionals who have earned great positions in the corporate and are respected for their knowledge, skill sets, temperament, and their values.
The Center for Advanced Data Analytics empowers students with practical skills for data analysis, which is key to managerial success in future, which is going to remain a data-driven society. The students learn to play with artificial intelligence and develop the skills of design thinking by tinkering a simulated environment of business.
The PGDM program at Jaipuria School of Business is a holistic learning experience designed to provide its students with a comprehensive understanding of business, including the international context. The dedicated team of faculty and practitioners from industry together provide a structured framework for learning of concepts, theories, and applying them to stimulated and real business situations.
We get the opportunities to meet and interact with various corporate leaders at CEO or CXO level, coming our campus almost every week to address us.
Jaipuria School of Business works as a business simulator instead of just being a theatre where great lectures are delivered. Every course module has a unique pedagogic design. There is more interaction than lectures.
Closely linked with the industry and the society, our program curriculum is dynamic, practice-oriented, follows the needs of the fast-changing world, and focuses on a holistic development of its students. While marketing, finance, operations, HR happen to be core functional specializations, the students undergo a rigorous mindset change focusing on AI, analytics, digitization, globalization, and sustainability. Our faculty, both from academia and industry, bring in rich real-life experiences from corporate and social world.
The institute provides rich international exposure and also provides opportunity to students to visit abroad on study tour. Jaipuria School of Business has signed a MOU with European Business School, Paris, and a MOU with the University of Central Missouri, USA, for academic and research collaborations, including student exchange program.
Our emphasis in the kind of a course curriculum that we deliver to our children has very strong indigenous content, indigenous space, because at the end of it all, our students are going to be occupying position largely in the industrial space of our country. But we do have very strong connect with international institutions and international collaborations.
The co-curricular and extracurricular calendar is full of events and activities. The conferences and conclaves that the students organize draw national attention. The policy makers of India grace the Jaipuria conferences, including ministers and senior bureaucrats and topmost thought leaders from corporates, academia, and civil society.
So don't be worried about adversities. You'll have times when things will not go your way, and there'll be a lot of times like that. Don't give up. Start again the next morning. Start again the next hour. Start again the next week.
The academic infrastructure at GSP is world-class with state-of-the-art library, computer center, classrooms, auditorium, sports, and recreational facilities. The placement record of Jaipuria School of Business has been consistently outstanding. Each student finds a job from the campus with a term to spare.
Jaipuria School of Business has been a place where I found a unique blend of commitment and a freedom to create. Right now I have been placed with the Atlanta System Private Limited innovative IoT solution and India's largest GPS manufacturing company.
Jaipuria School of Business is a campus to watch.
Never thought I would start my learning here by planting a tree.
I get endless opportunities to test my potential and achieve it.
I can be an entrepreneur now. I can start my own business.
Every day I am growing in confidence.
I am confident to attain the goals of my life.
The more we give, the more we get.
The Seth Anandram Jaipuria Group of Educational Institutions, which has been in the business of education for more than 77 years, is led by Mr. Shishir Jaipuria. Mr. Jaipuria, an eminent educationist and thought leader, sees a new paradigm in the education and develops learners into self-assured achievers who will go on to shape the 21st century. Additionally, Mr. Jaipuria serves as the chairman of FICCI, that is, FICCI Arise, the FICCI vertical that looks around for the interest of independent schools. Guinea Filament Limited, chairman and managing director are Mr. Jaipuria. Additionally, he serves as the organization's president, AIOE. He formerly serves as the Director of National Skill. As a role model to all of us with a dynamic personality, I'm highly obliged and privileged to invite Honorable Chairman Sir Sri Shishir Jaipuria ji to enlighten us with your inspirational thoughts. Over to you, sir.
Distinguished guests on the dais, Dr. Rajiv Thakur, Director General JSB, Dr. Nayak, Dean JSB, faculty members, alumni, and dear students. I would like to extend a very warm welcome on behalf of the founders to this Induction cum orientation program of the JSB. I am particularly grateful to our distinguished speakers and people from the industry and academia who are here with us. We also have some members from our Board of Governors who have been kind enough to join us today morning. Dear students, it is the first day of your orientation program, which I believe will be going on for the next 11 days. It will familiarize you with the type of activities, the type of conduct, the type of infrastructure. It will also familiarize you with the people who are here, and you will be able to bond with each other. These type of initiatives before you go into a regular program are very important so that you get into a discipline, into a culture that you want you to become. I strongly feel that your journey as a professional has started today. These 2 days that you are here in this program will be very intensive. As the Director General mentioned, and as the Dean said, that they will be making each and every effort to ensure that you get the best in terms of academics, in terms of research, in terms of inputs, and they will be bringing a lot of interactions, whether it is from the industry, whether it is from taking you to different industries within the country or outside, international immersive programs, but it is for you to learn whatever is there. Try to participate in everything that is happening within the campus and also try to learn from each other. I feel all of you will have the great potential to become great leaders. And as Dr. Rajiv Thakur mentioned, that each of you can be a change maker and ensure that you become the visionaries where the country is looking for. You are the future of India. You are young, you all are dynamic, and with little bit of effort, you can do wonders. We have seen, yesterday I was watching the match Wimbledon. All of you must have seen it. This boy Alcaraz, he is only 20 years old and he won the tournament just with sheer determination and passion. I don't think leaders are born. Leaders are made through hard work and through passion. And each of you, if you work with passion, but passion would mean pain. You have to struggle. You have to give your 100%, as is being said, and continuously reflect. When you watch people playing tennis or playing cricket, They play 1,000 or 10,000 shots to be able to ensure that they are able to get their shot in the perfect manner so that they're able to beat the opponent. And the opponent is also improving day by day. So the challenge is not to be intimidated by the opponent, how big or how strong he is, but nonetheless, play and try to improve on a day-to-day basis. You don't have to be intimidated that he is very good. But if you improve by 0.01% every day, then if you actually work out the improvement that has happened within a year's time, it will be phenomenal. You will see your growth happening. You will see that you have made a change, and that would be something that you will be able to achieve. You have come to the school with a vision, with some goals, and try to imbibe the values because your parents must have sent you to the school after a lot of research. You must have done your own understanding about the institutions. We will support you in every manner, but I would like to, whether you become entrepreneurs, become job providers or job seekers, whether you go into your family business, or whether you want to become professionals who would like to be at the top of some corporate hierarchy or in a company. In every case, you have to work with passion, with dedication, and with commitment. Friends, the world is witnessing a change. And as Mr. Malhotra said, that technology is changing so rapidly that none of us know what will be the future of jobs. COVID again has brought a lot of changes. It has totally disturbed the working culture. I think it has improved because people were not used to the change. A lot of people in the elder generation were not very comfortable working with computers. You are the people who are from young people who have been used to various devices right from the beginning. And I think it is for you who will be able to scale it up to different level. Likewise, climate change, which is happening and is creating a lot of disruption, and most of the geopolitical equations that are taking place with India and the rest of the world, it is very heartening to see that India today is positioned in a place that we are all proud of. Our Prime Minister Narendra Modi is leading from the front. A lot of new policies and interventions are taking place, wherein we are saying that manufacturing is going to be a game changer in our country. Our country was essentially a service provider and used to promote a lot of services into the IT, into the healthcare and various other financial services. But today, manufacturing is being leapfrogged. Make in India, PLI scheme, which is a production linked incentive schemes, and various other initiatives are bringing cutting edge technologies to India. We have seen that we were not making any iPhones. I mean, an iPhone which was produced by Apple was being made mainly in Taiwan or China, and the semiconductors which were there were being made and monopolized by these Far Eastern countries. But today, we are happy to see that not only are we making these iPhones for our country or the smartphones only for our country, but now we have started exporting in a big way. And the same is happening for automobiles, for medical devices, for batteries, for various other products which the PLI scheme is promoting. So I see basically that there will be huge number of corporates coming to India, multinationals coming to India, and they're seeing a great opportunity. Earlier, people used to invest mainly in China, but today, because of various reasons, people want China +1, and people are moving out of China and coming to India. And we are seeing that each and every country feels that India has the 3 Ds. It has a democracy, which is the largest democracy. We have the demographics. We have the youngest population. The median age is 32 in our country. And all the young people are aspirational. They have the right talent. They have the right mindset. And they want to grow in their life. And lastly, there is a demand. So if you have the right combination, the demography, the demand, and as well as the democracy, then people want to come to this country. And they want to come not only to put their manufacturing facilities, but also for reverse engineering. They want to make products which are cost effective, which they can cater both to the countries which are developing countries and also to the developed countries. Because India can give them solutions as far as different products are concerned, because we have always believed in the जुगाड़ technology. आप लोग ने सुना होगा जुगाड़ किसको बोलते हैं. तो वो जो जुगाड़ टेक्नोलॉजी थी, वो जो माइंडसेट थी, उससे जो इनोवेशन हो रहा था, जो क्रिएटिविटी आ रही थी, which is the key, which people were not able to understand. We have been able to produce products at a far lower prices than what the developed countries have been able to produce. And this is what people are trying to understand, and how Indians are able to produce the same thing. We have seen how we have been able to send rockets to the moon, how fast new technologies are emerging within the country, and how the new startups are coming up. The young people in the age group of 20 to 25 have come into the startup ecology or the startup culture. I believe more than 100 companies have become unicorn. A unicorn is a company which is valued at over $1 billion, जिसको 8,000 करोड़ रुपए बोलते हैं. तो 100 ऐसे यूनिकॉर्न्स पिछले 5-7 साल में पैदा हुए हैं, जो आप जैसे बच्चों ने पैदा किए हैं, जो कि 20 से 25 या 26 साल के लोग हैं, उन्होंने इन यूनिकॉर्न्स को चालू किए हैं. और 80 से 90 हजार स्टार्टअप्स इंडिया में चालू हो गए. Fastest growing unicorns and fastest growing startups, because you are able to see problems from a different mindset, from a different eye, and try to find solutions to these problems. Now, this is the type of things that we want our students to be innovative, to challenge the stereotypes. We want people to think differently, think out of the box. And I think this is great times for all of you. And India will be the market for everybody. So you are placed at a very good position as far as this is concerned. And thirdly, I mean, I've talked about the green economy. Whenever you open a newspaper, 2-3 words मैं हर बार पढ़ता हूँ. सबसे पहले तो smart. We talk about smart metering, we talk about smart cars, we talk about smart devices, we talk about smart classrooms, we talk about smart boards, we talk about smart people. So everything is becoming smart, and each of you have to become smart. And when I say each of you has to become smart, you have to be specific on your goals, and the goals have to be measurable. You have to be agile as to what you are doing, and you have to always reflect on what you are doing, and everything has to be time bound. So if all those components are there, then only you can become smart. And likewise, the other word that I read every time is being green. आज हर चीज में बात होती है कि मुझे green manufacturing चाहिए. People will buy products only if it is green. If it is made from fossil fuels, then they are not prepared to buy. Now, plastics is not something which people are comfortable with. They are looking for alternative use for packaging. They are using for alternative fuels. Now we have seen how solar energy, how wind energy, and so many things have taken up and leapfrogged. And the country is going massive over these things. Although we had the sustainable development goals and a vision, but I think the way we are able to adapt to these technologies and go very fast is something really remarkable. And the third thing is technology, which was being mentioned. And I'm surprised. I mean, earlier we were talking about whether it is computers or AI, VR, but now today, this metaverse and chat GPT and GPT-4. आप लोग कितने लोगों ने chat GPT डाउनलोड किया है? Very good. I would encourage each one of you to do, because ultimately we have to embrace technology. And unless we embrace technology, we'll be left behind. तो मैं तो खुद, I am 66 years old. but I've started using Chat GPT because you can learn so many things. And I would say that each one of you, Chat GPT or GPT-4 has reached 1 million people in 5 days. Can you imagine that? It took 2 months for Netflix to reach 1 billion people, and it took almost 3.5 years for YouTube to reach 1 billion people. And yesterday only I was reading, एक कोई app निकला है सर, वो Thread. It has reached 1 million people in 1 hour. So this is the speed and pace of technology. So once you read something, once you try to understand, try to be curious, try to go into it, try to find out what is new in it. And I think it makes life very easy. Whether it is the student or the teacher or anybody, if they adapt to technology, they will be in demand. But if they do not adapt to technology, then all of us will become redundant very fast. So redundancy will be happening very fast, I can tell you. But the question is, once you become used to it, you will be at a premium. एक फ्यूचरिस्टिक है, उनका नाम है रे कल्सवेल. उन्होंने प्रेडिक्शन किया था कि ह्यूमन इंटेलिजेंस को सरपास आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस कर जाएगी 2029 में, और ये उन्होंने प्रेडिक्शन किया था 1998 में. उसका ये विजन था. although he made 147 predictions, and out of 147 predictions he has made, 111 have already come true, and few of them are futuristic. So whether we will have to see whether they will come true or what will happen. But the fact remains that it is likely to happen now. That what we are seeing. People never used to believe in, but now the pace that is there, anything can happen, and people have started believing that कि human जो intelligence है उसको surpass कर जाएगी. So these are the things which are happening. Our country, fortunately, is in a very well position. We have become the fifth largest in terms of GDP. We will become the third largest in terms of GDP by the year 2047, when we'll be celebrating the 100 years of our independence, our Amrit Kal. We'll be overtaking Japan and also Germany. We'll become a $26 trillion economy, as people say. And so this is something that we are very proud of. We are living in good times. And I think each one of you have to learn the skills that are required. I mean, you will be learning a lot of things in different domains that you will be there. But try to integrate all these domains with the management and the schools faculty will be trying to give you. But some of the skills were very basic skills. Digital competency and communication has to be the key. You have to be very, very savvy in terms of digital skills and also competencies, and keep on challenging yourself, because ultimately any skill that you learn, some of them will become redundant. And that's why soft skills are very important. You will have to learn to be able to work in teams, to be able to collaborate, to be able to have the softer understanding about people, their cultures, so that you are able to work with people of different countries, or different religion, different types, and that is very relevant. So try to be inquisitive, try to learn these different skills, and always be a lifelong learner. All of us sitting here have to be lifelong learners, and it is for you. I mean, earlier people used to take a job and you used to think that if you have worked in a job for 10, 20, 30 years, but today maybe you will have to change 5 or 6 jobs in case you're in the job market during a lifetime. So there's very, very interesting times. So we have to prepare for that. As far as the future of job, there's a World Economic Forum came out with a report for the jobs in 2023. And according to them, big data, climate change, environmental management and technology, digital platforms, cyber securities, and various other areas which they feel that the jobs will be in demand. But a lot of jobs which are repetitive in nature will be automated. So we have to continuously try to learn those skills which will be required in the future of jobs. There'll be mentors who will be guiding you. They will be continuously try to talk to them, have a dialogue with them. Also, I wanted to just mention to you, we are trying to upgrade the facilities as far as infrastructure is concerned. Although it got slightly delayed, but the hostel is coming up, new canteen will be coming up. All the classes will have interactive boards, and we want to give the children the best. We are having a deeper engagement with the corporates, and I can assure you on behalf of the management that temporarily, although the building looks slightly incomplete, but definitely within a month or 2 months, everything will be done as a world-class facility, and we will support you in any manner. With these few words, I would like to welcome you all once again. And thank you for choosing Jaipuria. And we are, on behalf of the management, always support you. And the director and dean and the faculty members will ensure that you have the best time. Enjoy your stay, but work hard. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are honored to have you. Now, I would like to introduce our guest of honor for the day, Mr. Mahesh Gupta, a resolute and committed professional offering commendable experience of 17 years in the entire gamut of logistics, EXIM operations, warehousing and supply chain management across various industries. He is presently performing in the capacity of head, logistics and warehouse management with Bata brand, Gurugram Corporate Office. He has expertise in designing dispatch, logistics plans to derive maximum economy in transportation of materials. An excellent communicator and negotiator, blending professional expertise with interpersonal skills, is now an assistant vice president at Supply Chain Bata India Limited. Without much ado, sir, I would request you to usher our students with your wondrous experience. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Respected my table mates, especially Rajiv Thakur and Chairman Sir. I start this my speech from my way back of 2004. When I entered into Jaipuria Institute, I remembered those days when I started as a student in MBA. So that was Havan Puja on 6th of July 2004, and same Havan Puja was happening here, and same atmosphere in Jaipuria Institute. So that I was, when our introduction was started in way back in 2004. I still remember that we were not able to introduce ourselves. And when I see myself on today, I'm speaking in front of this audience where Mr. Amit Malik is there, who is the CEO of Aviva Life. So I am really glad. So now start with this. So in a 2 years of MBA and a PGDM, these 2 years are important to us. Why these 2 years are important? जैसा कि मैं स्टार्टिंग में सुन रहा था गीता के बारे में, उसमें बोला गया है कि कर्म करते रहो, फल की इच्छा मत करो. Same MBA is this. You need to study a lot. You need to do a lot of projects. You need to do a lot of analysis, primary research, secondary research. There's a lot of concept studying over there. लेकिन जब हम लोग पढ़ते हैं ये 2 साल, अरे यार ये क्या हो रहा है, so many projects are there,
रात को 8 बजे तक हम लोग जागते हैं, करते हैं और फिर इंस्टीट्यूट को गालियां देते हैं बहुत सारी. It happens everyone. So it was really जैसे आप लोग हंस रहे हो वैसे मैं भी हंस रहा था कि ऐसा होता है लाइफ में. When I started my journey in 2006 as a corporate professional, so my first was Mr. PK Jain. 2 दिन तक मैं वहां पे बैठा रहा ऑफिस में. I have not got any project. Then he has asked me to come in office and he has handed over me all 150 visiting cards and asked me to enter all the details in the Excel file. I told him, मैं आया बाहर, मैंने बोला क्या यार, मैं MBA करके आया हूँ, विजिटिंग कार्ड्स की एंट्री करूंगा एक्सेल में. So it was really amazing for me. When after 4 days, 5 days, when I entered in a half an hour those visiting cards, 5 days he called me again and he told me that we are going to meet General Manager Bajaj Auto. Why? Because we are getting a project in the Bajaj Auto. I was along with him. We went in a Himalaya, Hotel Himalaya in a South Zone, Bangalore. So I've seen he was promoting me as a project head and asked me to start the project hunting. निष्क्रेश से आपको प्रोजेक्ट को रेंट पे वेयरहाउस लेना है, रेक्स लगाने हैं, टीम रिक्रूट करनी है और इस प्रोजेक्ट को एस्टेब्लिश करना है. आई वाज अमेज्ड. यार कल तो विजिटिंग कार्ड की एंट्री करने को दे रहे थे और आज इन्होंने प्रोजेक्ट दे दिया मेरे को. And being a 21-year-old guy and not having any experience of industry, then I remembered my professor J.M. Pant. He used to taught us operation strategy. So he used to taught us FEMA analysis, failure effect mode analysis. So when I thought कि यार ये प्रोजेक्ट में करूंगा तो क्या क्या फेलियर होने वाले हैं, तो मैंने वो फेलियर्स को एक पेपर पे नोट डाउन किया. Then we started to see the effects of those failures. And I was the first person to get an award from the Bajaj Auto and TCI supply chain as the best supply chain guy in the industry and was promoted in a 6 months. So these 2 years are really amazing for us. We need to do everything whatever has been taught here. So जब मैं बात कर रहा था यहाँ पे मुझे बोला गया कि you need to speak on the corporate. What is the expectation from the corporate? I think your sessions would be started from the 1st of August and you will get all expectation from the corporate from the 1st of August itself. Faculties are corporate and managers over here in the MBA institutes. They teach you that they start teaching you time. That is very important in the corporate. हमारे टाइम पे साइन करने के लिए गेट पर रजिस्टर होता था. Now you have a punching machines on the gate. So time management is very important. When you get the late, your attendance is marked absent. यहाँ पे नंबर कटेंगे, वहाँ पे सैलरी कटेगी. So this is very important, time management. Then second thought, whenever I think, that is a discipline in the life. Whatever we do in our life, we do study, we do anything in the life, that has to be disciplined. We need to be cautious, we need to be disciplined, and the discipline comes from our life. जब माँ खाना देती है और खाने की थाली उठा के हम सिंक में नहीं रखते हैं, that is also called indiscipline. So we need to start our discipline from our home, and that has to be continued in the corporate. Because corporate always demanding and they want a guy who should be disciplined. Then the third point comes in my mind is a proactiveness. जैसा कि स्टार्टिंग में जयपुरिया सर ने बोला और ठाकुर सर ने बोला, proactiveness, because India is changing a lot. In the last 7-8 years, we have seen the changes in India. We are the youngest population in the world, the 32 years, as he said. So now proactiveness is very important. In corporate, you will not get a chance to correct your mistake immediately. So you need to be proactively think about those mistakes in advance. That is called FEMA analysis, which I have told you in earlier also. So you need to do these studies in a very sincerely to have that proactiveness approach. Then the commitment towards your objectives, towards your life partner, your parents, your friends, your company, your society. We need to be committed for everything. We cannot go with the excuses. So commitment is important in our day-to-day life also. And one thing that I understood in last 17 years, which is attitude, our attitude is that should be problem solving. We always create the excuses. अरे यार, इस institute में admission नहीं लेता तो मेरा placement अच्छा होता है, MIT में जाता तो मैं. These are the excuses. Placement cannot be destiny for anyone. Institute can provide you the placement in a day, but sustainability and achievement are from your hard work only. Hard work is very important, and also these 4 lines of commitment, your time management, your discipline are very, very important. प्लेसमेंट हो जाएगा, वहां पे हमने काम नहीं किया, हार्डवर्क नहीं किया, टाइम मैनेज नहीं किया, डिसिप्लिन नहीं हुए, कमिटेड नहीं हुए, वी कैन बी थ्रोन आउट फ्रॉम द कंपनी. वंस यू थ्रोन आउट फ्रॉम द एनी कॉर्पोरेट, यू कैन नॉट survive again. This is the reality of the corporate. So we need to be committed for our job, our especially venture. So we have seen the startups in India. Every IITians, almost 60% IITians are starting some startup because they are thinking to create the employment in India. But I have not seen any good startup from the MBA students yet. I have been investor in many startups, but I have not seen any great startup from any MBA student. So I want to see some startup from this Institute of Jaipuria and this batch of 2023-25. Problem solving approach is very important because excuses can create a bad image for you, but problem solving approach can create a good image in the industry. Then important, we need to be team player. क्या होता है कि हमारे नंबर अच्छे आ रहे होते हैं, मार्क्स अच्छे आते हैं, तो we think that I am the topper in the institute. I can do anything in the industry. बट वो एक कहावत है हिंदी में, अकेला चना भाड़ नहीं फोड़ सकता. तो आपको टीम प्लेयर बनना पड़ेगा. You should be role model for your team if you want to be a manager. You need to put all the tasks, whatever you are doing, that has to be with the ethics and in line with the industry commitment, values and trust. And जब हम टीम की बात करते हैं, when we talk about the team में mutual respect होना बहुत important है. We need to be respectful for our all the seniors, all juniors, all team members, parents, faculty members, anyone जिसके साथ भी हम काम कर रहे हैं. So the mutual respect is important to build a team. And I heard one beautiful from the Mr. Rajiv Thakur, sacrifice. Sacrifice is very important corporate. कई बार आपको मन मार के भी अपनी हार स्वीकार करनी पड़ती है और उसी के बाद अगली जीत का इंतजार रहता है. So we need to be open. I heard from open culture from the Jaipuria Institute also. So this open culture is important because now corporate has changed. When I started, there was a completely bureaucracy in the industry. Sir बोलते थे हम लोग. हमारे ऊपर manager, senior manager, AVP, BP, everyone was there, and we used to respect and we used to follow them. But when now open culture is started, we call by the name. We call by the name and we start that we need to be open. जो भी हमसे गलती हुआ है, we openly we need to accept it and sacrifice it. So as the time is very short, I have taken a more time. So I am winding up with saying very all the best, all of you, and great journey for coming future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for illuminating us with a bright outlook. Professor Rupa Manjri Ghosh served as the Vice Chancellor of Shiv Nadar University, Delhi NCR, for 2 terms till January 22. She was the founding director of School of Natural Sciences and the founding Dean Graduate Studies and Research at SNU. Professor Ghosh is a former co-chair, FICCI, Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, Higher Education Committee, former professor of physics, and Dean of School of Physical Sciences at Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. She is a recipient of the Sri Shakti Science Samman for her original contribution to science and received a C.V. Raman Lecture Award in Physics in 2018-19. With a huge round of applause, let us welcome our guest of honor, Dr. Rupa Manjri Ghosh, to please address the gathering.
Maybe it's there, sir. Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you for that introduction, and I'm really pleased to be here this morning. Shishirji leads from the front. The fact that he is here with you, sparing his almost the entire day, tells you how important this function has been for him and therefore the program. You are in very good hands, Professor Thakur, Dr. Nayak, and my colleagues and faculty in this. It's really a pleasure to welcome the new batch. I'm not qualified as a management professional. I've earned it on the job. I had no Shishir Jaipuria to no Dr. Rajiv Thakur, no Dr. Nayak to teach me. So what I learned the hard way, you are being privileged to be taught in your classroom session. So I'll not take too long. I know it has been really long, and I prepared a few slides last night, just because I knew everybody would be talking, and we did not rehearse. But it's very difficult to speak after such visionary speakers, but somehow we think alike. So you'd see what I wrote last night had some resonance with some of the things that has been told to you already. But of course, we all use our own language, our own interpretation. So I start with a little bit of a joke. When I was a student, I'm a student of physics. I did research in physics. Peter Drucker, this name probably you have heard already a lot. I read him quite extensively. What he said was that most of what we call management, that's important, what we call management consists of making it difficult for people to get their work done. Now, this is not what they're going to be teaching you, but this was what the idea was. And so I'm going to make 2 or 3 points in front of you. The last slide would be an advice that you have already heard. But the 2 points actually takes you from this statement to what real management, which everybody before me had talked to you about, is about leadership. From being a manager to a leader, and I'm going to talk about that in just 2 or 3 things. But when you are in your day-to-day mundane routine, you sometimes forget the bigger picture. And it's my job as a higher education leader, I suppose, to tell you about that. There have been existential issues in higher education that Shishirji mentioned very nicely. So Industry 4.0, probably have heard of that. People call it disruptive. I don't like it much. It's disruptive to the education sector because we have been lagging behind. If you catch up and you are ahead, actually it's not going to be disruptive. Any researcher, anybody who is doing any innovation is actually quite familiar with disruption. That's your life. That's what you earn from. Okay, so Industry 4.0 led to what Shishiji talked about, the future of work. If machines are going to do all the work that humans were doing before, then what are you good for? So the questions that we ask our students, will an algorithm take your job? And it's an existential issue because you'll be asking the question, then what are humans still good for? If our graduates are getting skilled to be the labor force earlier that you heard, the shift of focus from China to India, then this is not necessary because soon in 10 to 15 years time, machines will be doing all that labor. So what are you training your graduates for? What exactly are you going to learn in your PGDM course? So I can give you some answers to these two questions. You add your own. I can tell you social intelligence is far from being fully automated, and human, really have an edge in what we call creativity. You would hear a lot of stories about AI doing creative work. I can get into an argument over that. I would not get into it, but the point I'm making is that we have a left brain and a right brain, and a combination of the two that I'm coming to give you an edge over machines. By the way, from Industry 4.0, now we are moving to Industry 5.0. You've probably seen towards the airport, Namaste symbol. One side is a human one, the other side is a robotic arm. So Industry 5.0 is about interaction between humans and machines. I will not get into too much details about this, but it adds a personal human touch to Industry 4.0, which is the pillars of automation and efficiency. So future looks really challenging, but full of promises, kind of things that you'd be able to do when humans start controlling machines and exploits what our brains actually are not being able to do. So what's the right kind of education? That's the question that you would ask. If machines are going to do all that we have been training our students to do, what is the right kind of education? So education has to move too, and you would be taught that in this particular school, we need to change our focus. And I'll go one step ahead. I'm going to say that from Make in India, change the slogan to Make by India. Make in India gives you the sense of a country of factory workers. China has moved away from that. We should really be a country of innovators who make things happen. So Make by India, a country of innovators, from creating the labor force to producing creative leaders who will have the ability to generate innovative solutions. You heard about sustainability, the ecology that Mr. Malhotra talked about. It gives me nightmares, actually. So technological disruption I can deal with, but the ecological disruptions, it's really something that each one of us should be really worried about. So I think you need innovative solutions and in very complex changing situations that you guys are facing in this generation. If our young has this ability, they will never be jobless. And that's really is solving the future of work problem. So what will be this kind of an institute that you have come to do to prepare you for this so that you don't be jobless? So what I was saying already, that one line solution for that, and you should be looking out for that broad picture in your courses, is you would be promoting project-based or problem-based learning, which would be hands-on, but more importantly, purpose-based learning. I don't have the time to explain this, but I think you can look it up, and I'm sure I'll see you much before you graduate after 2 years, but end of your graduation, I'm definitely going to see you, and we'll check notes on what we are thinking today. So always have the end in sight when you start your first journey today. So we need to tap into the potential of connecting our left brain, which is verbal, analytical, and orderly, to the right brain, which is visual and intuitive. The left brain could be coded very easily. Right brain, the visual and intuitive part, has not been coded yet. It's not going to be coded very soon. So if you really have a combination of the two, you connect the left brain to the right brain, all your projects, all your learning actually is based on that, then you'll have an advantage over machines. So because of lack of time, I'll not get into much of this. So let me just clearly go fast and come to the end almost of what I wanted to say. I can't stop quoting Einstein. You heard that I was a physicist, but this is really not a physics quote from Einstein. In 1921, in Thomas Edison's opinion, I hope you know who Thomas Edison was. he opined that college education is useless. It's almost like my generation, where we have become what we have become in spite of the system, not because of the system. So when Thomas Edison said that, Einstein is quoted as saying, the value of an education is not the learning of many facts, but the training of the mind to think something that cannot be learned from textbooks. Very important to remember that even after so many years, that was 1921, and we are standing at 2023, more than 100 years, that the training of the mind is one skill that never goes obsolete. So if the context changes, you'd move from one set of problem-solving skills to the next, but the training of the mind would allow you to do that shift and you'd never be jobless. That's really is the point that I want you to keep in mind. And all these things that you heard, that are you really finding your dream job? Are you actually creating it? Even if you want to become an innovator and take on some of the problems, but don't go for cheap innovation, go for real inventions the world has been waiting for. Not a tweaking of a spec of a machine, but real problems that the world has been waiting for you young guys to solve, and our generations can probably help you with those. So I would not get into the major part of it, but basically today's studies are going to be liberal studies. When people say liberal studies, for me, the meaning is that it's free, it's without boundary. That's why it's liberal. And those are the study streams that would teach you, that would actually give you the training of the mind that would never go obsolete in the face of future of work and other skills. Technology is something that you cannot avoid. Use it. Doesn't matter which stream you choose, and maybe later we can talk about it more. For the teachers, teachers, I don't mean just the ones that lecture like I'm lecturing to you today, but technology will never replace great teachers, but technology in the hands of a great teacher can be transformational. And I strongly, strongly believe in this. So don't be scared of technology. It's something that you need to master to transform the world that you have received. So there are many kinds of courses, some courses, everybody is dreaming that there will be a digital world and all of it. I think the question is kind of meaningless. There is no one solution to this. Some courses can be taught online very well. Some of the courses, including research on COVID virus, couldn't have happened online. So I think it will optimize the use of technology to the best suiting the purpose. And I would not get into the details of it. You need digital enablers to generate and integrate new technology, innovators. And of course, you need digital literates who would use the power of technology effectively and learn it. So it's not enough just to learn. You need to stay ahead of the game to actually create, to innovate the kind of technology that the world needs. I would say that leadership is lifting a person's visions to high heights, the raising of a person's performance to a higher standard, the building of a personality beyond its normal limitations. Don't get stuck to be just a manager, but aspire to be a leader, an innovator, a thinker. So there are many books. There is something that I learned from. There are very many habits that this book talks about by Covey. I'll not get into the details of it. We can talk about them later, but each one, you can actually practice these 7 habits. And in higher education, the challenge is essentially you need to engage people to build a community. So leadership is like leading an institution, is like building a community. If I say army, and give me one word that describes the army, most probably you'd come up with the word discipline. They get the job done. If I say business, probably one word that you'd give me is efficiency. Very focused target that you see in businesses. Higher education is a completely difficult entity, which you are joining in today, because you need to celebrate the uniqueness of each individual. You cannot be like in the army, okay? Because your uniqueness is what higher education celebrates. That fact that we don't think alike, because there is conflict of ideas, which generates new ideas. So this is really, there is a fine line between anarchy and creative freedom that you have to toe it very, very carefully in the system that you are stepping in. And excellence, as Mr. Malhotra said, I can't agree with him more. That's really is the point. Whatever you're doing is going to be for creating that peak of excellence, which is a very fragile peak. in this social scenario that we have in India. So you really need to position yourself at the forefront of conversations on the nation's most pressing problems. So you have to lead from the front, lead by example. Leaders are not coded computers, right? Don't be a manager of that kind, where all the rules I can actually feed into a computer. There will be no need for a leadership position like any of these people are actually occupying, right? So discussion is very important. So I like to say a leader should not be the gatekeeper, but the gateway. So most people show their power by saying it can't be done. Find a way to do a worthwhile thing, even if the rules do not allow. So I would like to break a rule 1,000,000 times if I'm given the right reasons to do so. And I think that's a quality of a leader, to think differently, to find a way when there is a hurdle that's in front of you. But more maybe later, but what I want you to remember from all of this that I said is a leader's role is hands-on, of course, I talked about it, minds-on, of course, I talked about it, but more hearts-on, passion. Without passion, without your involvement, actually you are not going to go anywhere. So I think that's something that we'll check later when we come back after 2 years or in between to see which ones of these actually have worked for you. And I wanted to sort of end by saying that given the unavoidable disruption we have seen COVID, but this is not a one-time event. These black swan events will happen again. So the task is to cultivate generations of visionaries, thinkers, and academics who can change the world before it changes them. Are you going to be one of them? Are you going to let your great teachers here to make you what the world is waiting for? So a successful person will find the right place for himself, but a successful leader finds the right place for others. Remember that, and then the sacrifice word that you just heard actually would make much more sense to you. My one advice that you have already heard, the most critical one is time management. Time is the scarce resource, and unless it's managed, nothing else can be managed. So remember that as a manager, as you are learning in this institute, there are only as many days in the year as you make use of. Okay, one man gets only a week's value out of a year, while another man gets a full year's value out of a week. Don't forget that. So the way you use this 2 years' time is totally up to you, and do learn to do this very, very well. And that's my only message to you. And thank you very much for listening to me so carefully. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for galvanizing us with your genial insights. An accomplished business, customer, and people-focused leader, Mr. Amit Malik, with over 23 years of experience in financial services, is a strong believer of inclusion and diversity, building capability and bringing social impact through sustainability initiatives. He is an executive director on Aviva India Board and member of all board level committees working with both shareholders as a part of the joint venture, as the chief executive officer and managing director for the organization. He is a certified coach from ICF and Ericsson and was awarded Top 40 HR Leaders in 2014 in the country by Asia Pacific HR Congress. With huge round of applause, I now request Mr. Amit Malik to please address the gathering with his phenomenal experience.
Good afternoon, Shri Shishir Jaipuria ji, Dr. Rajiv Thakur, Dr. Tapan Mitra, Dr. Rupa Manjari Ghosh, Mr. Mahesh Gupta, and Mr. Vinod Malhotra. Respected members of the faculty, alumni, my dear students, thank you for inviting me to be a part of this inaugural session for the MBA batch of 2025. I'm truly humbled. You know, when I was sitting there and I was listening to everybody, I was kind of ticking off the points that I wanted to say, which everybody said. But let me start and begin by congratulating all of you for having made it to the business school here. My business school journey was one of the most transformational ones for me. And I look back with very fond memories of the time that I spent in my school and college, the friends that I made and all the learnings I had. As you reflect back on life 20 years hence, I'm sure you will recount this journey to be the most important one for you also. I know everyone on the dais here have spoken about economy. They've talked about India growth story. We've talked about leadership, entrepreneurship, right, time management, sacrifice. I'm going to take this opportunity to share my own journey with you and remember where I started 23 years ago when I was sitting in my institute on the other side. I passed out of SIBM Pune in 99. In my time, my college was a one-floor college. In the first year, in the second year, we got 2 floors. And we were very happy. We were elated that we had 2 floors. Despite that, it was great fun and great learning. As I see your campus, I think you have a lot of facilities that are there. You are all very, very lucky to have this infrastructure in today's day and age. My request to you is please make sure that you make the best of these facilities that are available to you. You know, when I was in college, I was the past student president for the batch of 99 of my college. And I was instrumental in starting the summer placements at SIBM Pune. That is one thing that I always go back to college and I'm very proud of. I'm not telling this to you to say that how great I am. No, because I believe that no student, no matter who that individual is, can be bigger than the institute. I'm sharing this to tell you that my MBA journey has been very difficult. And we as alumnus are very proud of our college and the legacy that we have built. You are now a part of the college. And you have the opportunity to build and leave a legacy behind you. Just like your other identities, your age, your gender, where you come from, your place of birth, your college or being an alumni of the college is something that you will carry with you for the rest of your life, at least your professional life, which would be 30, 35 years. And I want you to take a moment and think, how will you contribute to this legacy? How will you make use of these 2 years to make this institute better for the other generations to come and better than the ones that you inherited this from? You owe it to the students of the future. And trust me, this is a great responsibility. Let me begin by talking about the elephant in the room, right? A lot of people have spoken about placements. It's your day one. And I'm sure you would be thinking, full of anticipation, contemplation. What do I need to do? How do I crack the best summer job on campus? Who all comes for summer placement? What is the highest paying job? Who got it? How can I get it, right? We all as students, I went through the same emotions that you must be going through. My first advice to you is do not bother. Yes, I'm saying do not bother because there is no such thing as the best summer job or the best final job. It is not about what job you walk into. It is about what you make out of the job. Mr. Mahesh Gupta described very beautifully. No matter what organization you end up working, you have the power to shape your job. You have the power to shape your career. Remember, first job, first summer job, first placement is a chance. Your career is fast bigger than where you start, right? Some people get the best job on campus, they may have a head start. Some people don't get the best job on campus and they may not have a head start. But my boss once told me, the water will always find its level. If you are good, you will get recognized in the journey. As you pass out. I think that's important. I always believe that career is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not a 100-meter race that you are running, right? You are running a race that is going to span over 30 years. It's a marathon. And I don't know how many of you run. How many of you run here? Are those people who run racers? Okay, cool. When you run a race, it is not about finishing the race in 10 seconds. It's about sustaining your stamina to win the race and end it. You know, that's what it is. As per me, there are few skills that you will need as you build your career that you need to focus on for the next 2 years. And I'm going to talk about that. First and foremost, understand the business context. Whether you study operations, human resources, marketing, sales, finance, entrepreneurship, innovation, strategy, you must know how your customer preferences in different sectors are changing. So you must learn in your MBA course how to research on customer insights. You should be aware of the transforming macro environment. Shishirji very succinctly spoke about the changing of the macro environment and the India's place in the world and the economy and its potential impact on business. For any company that you potentially want to interview, whether it is for your summer internship, whether it is for your final placement, take time to learn as much as you can about their products, their distribution channel, how they make profits, what is their consumer profile, who are their main competitors. Because all of this is changing so rapidly. If you are not aware of this aspect, you will not make a success of that interview. The institute can only provide you an opportunity. How you perform in the interview is on your preparation. Let me give you an example. You know, I have a friend who works in Sony. They make cameras. They used to make handheld cameras at one point in time. When I joined my career, to have a Sony Handycam was aspirational. Today, no one talks about it because they didn't, you know, and they didn't lose that race to a competition. You know what they lost it to? They lost it to a mobile phone. Because mobile phones started to make cameras which were better than the handycams. That's where the competition comes from. As a speaker, do you know what my competition today is? My competition is not that any one of them would speak better. Many of them have spoken better than me. My competition is to make you listen to me and not look at your mobile. So I'm actually competing with your mobile when I speak with you today. Right? So you have to understand that competition may come from places that you would have never thought it to be coming. Right? And that's the secret of understanding the business context. Second, have a very clear vision, but build adaptability. What role do you visualize yourself in next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the line? I always ask this question to any student I meet. I know many of you must be saying, oh no, don't be like my parents. Oh, he's like my father. I don't think that far. Yes, I understand. I have 2 teenage boys, 18 and 15. So I absolutely understand why you are saying what you're saying. But remember, to have a goal is very important. Some of my fellow colleagues also mentioned about the importance of goal. Knowing the direction of where you want to go is very important. How many of you have read Alice in Wonderland? 1, 2, 3. That's it. I think all of you should go and read that book. It's a great book on life lessons and management lessons. I read it almost every once in a while in 2 to 3 years. I'm reminded of a story that there is in Alice in Wonderland. You know, Alice is lost. She comes to a crossroad where, you know, you have those signages of ways that you can go to. And there is a cat sitting on top of the signage. So the cat knows that the Alice is lost. So the cat says to Alice, where do you want to go? Alice says, I don't know. And the cat says, well, if you don't know where you want to go, take any road, it doesn't matter. Right. That is why it's important to have a goal. Whether you want to be a CXO in a big firm, whether you want to be an entrepreneur and provide people jobs, or whether you want to work only to fund some passion, earn money so that you could write a book, earn money to go on a world tour, whatever that be, it must be clear one. You should know why you want to do that. So for your B school life in the next 2 years, I request you have a few goals. Join some committees you want to be a part of. Sports you want to play, new skills you want to learn, and crack these over a period of time. Know what you want from these 2 years and work to get it. You will face many adversities and challenges in life, right? But if you cannot adapt, you will be very fragile. If you adapt and come out, you will be anti-fragile, and that's what you need to become. The best way to practice this is in your B school. Do not restrict yourself to your specializations. I know your professors will bracket you saying this is an HR course, this is an operations course, this is a marketing batch, this is a finance batch, right? Learn from your friends, understand what they are being taught in their classes. Gate crash into classes of other specializations. If you are in HR, go sit in a brand and marketing lecture. If you are in finance, go to a communication class, go to an organization behavior class. If you are in operations, go to the class about products. Understand what the others are being taught. Understand economics, understand finance, right? Because this is what will help you adapt and become a full-fledged executive and a business person. That is very, very important. I started my career in HR. The presenter did a good job of telling you about it. But had I not adapted, I would have never moved from my HR role to do a chief operating officer role, then to become a CEO and a managing director, and today to be a president for Japan, Asia, Pacific, Australia, which I say is half the world for the current fintech that I work in. You have to adapt. That's important. Dr. Ghosh talked about the third point that I want to talk is embrace the digital, right? That digital, whether it is social, whether it is mobile, whether it is artificial intelligence, whether it is Internet of Things, whether it is cloud, whether it is analytics, will be hygiene for the business is inevitable. It's already happening, more so after the pandemic. You must learn how do you embrace digital. And I will tell you, there is a misnomer that all of you are digital natives, Gen Z and millennials, and you who are born in the era of smartphones are by default good at using digital tools. That is not true. In my own experience, you may be digital native, yet you do not do justice to be a digital citizen. Being able to embrace digital has nothing to do with age. Instead, it is about your ability to learn and your ability to adapt. It is very important to note that every job is digital. When you enter the corporate workforce, if your job is not digital, either you are in the wrong job or you are not ready for the future. So you're already starting on the back foot, right? Shishirji talked about embracing digital at the age that he is in. In next 2 years, no matter what your specialization is, get hold on your Excel skills. If you don't know it, learn it. Understand statistical analytics, right? Learn skills like Python, R, SQL, which you can use in modeling. Learn to make automated dashboards. Understand the concepts of blockchain, digital currency, whether it's crypto. And you can thank me later for telling this to you today. But if you do not know these skills, when you enter the workforce, you are already starting on a back foot from that individual who comes from wherever, whichever college, and knows these skills, let me tell you. Fourth, get comfortable with metrics. Don't hide behind it. Data is available already and in abundance. Dr. Ghosh, who's a professor of physics, will tell you there is too much data. It's not about the data. You Google it, you can find anything, right? If I Google, I can find everything that I need to know about JSB, right? The story that we extract from the data, the metrics that we choose to accept, and that we choose to ignore and not take into account is important factor in making a good decision or a bad decision. One must not hide behind metrics solely for decision making. Learn the difference between data and information. This is your chance to learn that difference. Do not underscore the importance of experience and intuition. Intuition is nothing but multiple data points through your life that you have become exposed or accustomed to. One must learn, therefore, how do you use that in tandem? So please get comfortable with metrics, with data. Even if you're not a math student, it doesn't matter, let me tell you. Fifth thing that I wanted to share with you is soft stuff is the hard stuff. We all in our B schools give importance to various things, but we need to remember that the softer skills are becoming rare and niche. Ability to have open and honest communication, articulate your thoughts and ideas, listen to divergent views, accepting divergent views will be the litmus test of a true leader. And that will only help you become a successful leader. You can learn so many of these skills in your business school. Be humble, learn as much as you can from your friends, from your teachers. Try to take up leadership roles in the college, try to do projects, team committees, as I shared, I was the president of the batch for my college at that time. I think that was the best course in leadership I ever had. I have attended many courses in leadership right from Oxford to Cornell after that. I learned about collaboration. I learned about decision making. I learned about buck stops on my table as the president during that 2 years. For every person who did not get a job on campus when I was there, I took it as a personal failure. And that's why it's important for you to use this opportunity to take life lessons which will hold you good. Well, that's about the serious stuff. So let me just recap 5 things that I told you. First, understand the business context. Second, have clear vision but be adaptable. Third, embrace the digital. Fourth, do not hide behind metrics. Make friends with data. 5, soft stuff is the hard stuff, right? That's more from the business perspective. I also want to talk to you about a couple of things that I feel are equally important. First and foremost, have fun. I don't want to share this as an afterthought. That's why I'm bringing it here. Having fun is very important. Unwinding is very important. Taking a break is very important. Binge watching a show is very important. Casual reading, going out with friends is super important. So time to time, take a break. Ask yourself, are you having enough fun? Just don't keep having fun, but have fun. When our batch, met for the 20-year reunion, let me tell you, only thing we remembered was parties, funny anecdotes, all the trips that we had, and all the fun that we had. So have fun in your college. These are the last 2 years of your life where you will have an environment to have a lot of fun. Second, some of my fellow colleagues talked here about failure. Normalize failure. It's okay to fail. Let me tell you, amidst all the competition, you will win some, you will lose some. Don't let failure pull you back. Don't let it dishearten you. If you have given your best and you don't win that competition, you don't get into that committee, you don't get that job that you wanted for, they are going to be your biggest teachers. Learn from your failure. Don't shy away. Never fail to try something for the fear of failure. Normalize failure in your life. Accept it. It will be very good for you. Be nice to yourself. Not many people will tell you that, but I want to tell you. The most difficult thing for smart people like you is you don't be nice to yourself. Sometimes you will make mistakes. It's important to forgive yourself, right? Let go of things. Don't take yourself too seriously. You are just one student who's aspiring to make a career in MBA. Learn to laugh at yourself. Make fool of yourself at times. Keeps you grounded, right? I love laughing about myself. Care for your mental health. Care for the mental health of friends around you. Learning to love yourself is very important. Respecting your physical and mental health is something that I learned way later in my life, and I want to tell you today. Respect your physical health, respect your mental health. It's very important for sustainability of your career and life as you progress. Fourth thing I want to talk to you is build friendships. The business school journey can get very tough. Some of you may have seen life more than some of you, right? More experiences, more failures, more successes. Make friends and support people around you. It is very difficult times. These 2 years are going to be tough. When you will form the most everlasting friendships, this is the opportunity to do so. I will tell you some of my best friends that I have made who are now family were made from my college. They were either my batchmates or my juniors, right? And today all of them are very successful, but they are still family. Invest in relationships on campus. You will find some of the most lasting ones in MBA. You know what? Everyone's told you about what you will do 2 years. You have reached here. Feel happy. Celebrate. But also remember, what has got you here into this institute will not get you that best job, that job that you want, the career that you want. You have to reinvent yourself. Marshall Goldsmith said that what got you here will not get you there. And I think that's a very, very powerful statement. If you've not read that book, my suggestion is please do read it. College tags are only something that take you as far, right? Mr. Rajiv, I think, said, you will talk about, or Mr. Mahesh also said, you'll talk about this college, that college, people will compare college. College tags only take you so far. Remember, no matter where you come from, this is your chance to write your story. This 2 years is about you. It's about your story. What do you want to write? Make sure you put in all the elements of hard work, learning, lots of drama, lots of fun. Some of you will have heartbreaks in 2 years. That's okay. That's part of growing up. Success, laughters, tears. But whatever story you write, make sure you write a damn good one. You have 2 years to do so because this is the story that you will carry all your life and remember all your life. So good luck and all the best, my young friends. If any one of you wants to connect up with me, you can connect up with me on LinkedIn, on Twitter. On Twitter, I'm at Amit Malik 99. Right, and Threads, which Shishirji said is the new one. So God bless all of you and all the best.
Thank you, sir, for such an insightful session. Mr. Abhijit Rai, co-founder of View Express Services Private Limited, alumni PGDM 2014-16 batch, is a graduate from Patna. He is a person who always believed in entrepreneurial activities and a person who is willing enough to follow his passion and desire. He decided to take the first step of his entrepreneurial journey and started his own venture, View Express, which is running successfully for last 5 years. With a big round of applause, let's welcome our alumni on stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. So first of all, I'm thankful for the Jaipuria School of Business. Jaipuria School of Business to here to present myself and present the Jaipuria School of Business, which is made कि हम लोग, so I am comfortable in Hindi, कुछ ज़्यादा rocket science नहीं है, ठीक है? So क्या concern behind एक चीज़ है, मेरा भी recently report पढ़ा था, अति अंत परम. तो जो this is of time to introduce yourself, ये आपका ना second journey है, which is a start. आपको कैसे बनाना है, क्या बनाना है, dependent on you only. अब कहाँ ले जाना, ये 2 साल आपको कैसे देना है, और पैसे लगा के देना है या फिर पैसे लेने के लिए देना है, वो डिपेंड करता है आप पे. तो अभी कुछ ज्यादा डिस्क्राइब नहीं करूंगा, छोटे में शॉर्ट में ही इंट्रोड्यूस करूंगा. सर ने एक चीज बताया था कि एमबीए वाले कुछ नहीं, एमबीए वाले जो करते हैं वो कोई नहीं करता है, ये बहुत क्लियर रखिएगा. अभी अब मैं भी एमबीए वाला हूँ, ये सब है. तो अगला जो भी करने वाले लोग हैं यही से हैं, सर भी यही से हैं, हम भी यही से हैं. तो जितने लोग हैं सब यहीं से बाहर आएंगे, और कोई इसमें एक वो नहीं होना है कि मैं पढ़ नहीं रहा हूँ, मैं एवरेज हूँ, मैं बिलो एवरेज हूँ. सो मेनी मोस्ट कम फ्रॉम द यूपी, बिहार, बंगाल एंड मेनी मोर इन पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया. मैनेजमेंट हम बचपन से सीखते हैं, कोई अभी यहाँ के नहीं सीखना. यहाँ अपने आप को लाके एक अच्छे स्किल से लेके डेवलप करना है. साहब बचपन में खाने से लेके पहनने से लेके हर जगह मैनेजमेंट ही किया अभी तक हम लोगों ने. So now we have to come with a good man with a humanity. पैसे मिलेंगे, और कहने वाली बातें हैं कि पैसे, आपको तो बोलते हैं कि पैसे सब कुछ नहीं है, बिल्कुल पैसा है, और पैसे कमाने के लिए हैं हम लोग, ठीक है. और एक चीज और भी क्लियर है कि कोई 2 जन्म 7 जन्म किसी का नहीं होता, एक ही मिला है ये. इसको जैसे बुनाना है तरीके से बुनाओ. एज अ गुड मैन, पैसे भी कमाओ विद द फैमिली, रिस्पेक्ट योर इंस्टीट्यूट. और ये नहीं है कि सबको, हम लोग भी आए तो एक टाइम पे लोग बोलते हैं अरे इंस्टीट्यूट ऐसा वैसा. कोई इंस्टीट्यूट कैसा नहीं होता है, आपको कैसा बनना है वो आप पे डिपेंड करता है. जिसको नहीं था, अब आप आए हो तो आप पूरी तरह वेरीफाइड हो, और इतने अच्छे, नाउ यू आर इन गुड हैंड. आई एम टेलिंग यू, मेरे टाइम से और इस टाइम पे अगर मैं यहाँ पे रहता अभी भी, सो लाइक मैम सिटिंग में, सर ठाकुर सर एंड ऑल आर सिटिंग एंड वर्किंग फॉर यू ओनली. तो ये 2 साल आपके लिए काम कर रहे हैं, तो अगला 2 साल आपको भी इनके लिए काम करके देना है. फिर जैसे मेरे को बुलाया है वैसे आप भी, मैं भी उधर पीछे वाले सीट पे बैठता था, मेरे को लगता है अरे यार क्या चल रहा है ये. तो अभी क्या है कि कोई ज्यादा बनावटीपन नहीं रखना है, नॉर्मेलिटी रखनी है. सब यहाँ है, और यू आर द लकीएस्ट पर्सन. कितने लोग भारत में नहीं पढ़ पाते हैं, you are filtered to sit in Jaipuria School of Business. अब उन करोड़ों लोगों में से आप लोग हैं जो कोई जानबूझ के नहीं पढ़ पाता, कोई मजबूरी में नहीं पढ़ पाता. अदर फादर मदर who have a dream कि आपको ऐसा बनाना है, तो उनको थोड़ा सा फुलफिल करिएगा. बाकी तो अब EMI वाला फुलफिल करा देगा आपको, ज्यादा टेंशन नहीं लेना है इसका. तो अब क्या है कि आप लोग सिलेक्टेड हैं, और अब मैं जब स्टार्ट किया था तो MBA वाला अकड़ थोड़ा, जॉब कॉर्पोरेट में जाना तो लेके नहीं जाना. अब वो आपका टाइम निकल गया है. मैं भी MBA पास करके माय फर्स्ट जॉब इन स्पाइसजेट, तो मेरे को भी बहुत अकड़ था कि मैं MBA करके आया हूँ, तो मैं इधर नहीं झुकने वाला. वो 1 ईयर यू कैन गेट ऑन राइट प्लेस. और सीखने वाली चीजें सब कुछ सीखना. आप लोग कोई ऐसा चीज नहीं है जो नहीं सीखने वाली है, सब कुछ सीखना. यू आर नॉट अबाउट कि मेरे को फाइनेंस नहीं करना, HR नहीं पढ़ना, सब कुछ सीखना. आपको यूज होता है वो अगले 1 साल में, 2 साल में, 3 साल में. वंस यू इन जॉब यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड एवरीथिंग. मेरे को भी नहीं समझ में आता ब्लू ओशियन थ्योरी क्या यूज होती है, व्हाइट ओशियन थ्योरी क्या यूज होती है. वंस यू कम इन द जॉब, वंस यू स्टार्ट योर ओन बिजनेस, यू हैव टू लर्न अबाउट इट. और वो इतना इंपॉर्टेंट है, आपको पता नहीं चलेगा कि हम पढ़ रहे हैं, वो हो रहा होगा आपके साथ. सिमिलैरिटी एक इक्विवेलेंट तरीके से चल रही होगी सारी चीजें. सो आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू टेक टू मच टाइम, क्योंकि हमको लग रहा है कि आप लोगों को भी पूरे इतने सुनने के बाद इस बीच में बैठ के, फर्स्ट टाइम मैं आया था कॉलेज तो मैं रो रहा था जाके घर पे, क्या फंस गया मैं. यहाँ पे सारी चीजें मेरे बाउंस हो रही है ऐसे, मैं कुछ और सोच के हो कुछ और रहा है. क्योंकि हम लोग ना वो पहले देख के आए होते हैं कि अरे कॉलेज जाएंगे, ये चिल करेंगे, वो करेंगे, वो करेंगे. फिर पता चलता है वो 8 लाख वाला जो लोन है ना, आपका भी इंतजार कर रहा है 2 साल से. आओ अभी तो आओ गया. तो वो लोन भी देना है, अपने घर भी बनाना है, और वहां से यहाँ आए हैं आप लोग, तो आपको एक अपना विजन क्लियर रखना होगा, बहुत क्लियर इस चीज के लिए. यू हैव टू फोकस योर गोल. 2 साल सब कुछ करो, मगर जितने टाइम आपको टाइम देना है वो दो. पहले आपको अपना डिसाइड करके रखना होगा करना क्या है. अब जॉब मिले क्या मिले, मगर एम पैशन जो होता है वो भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. मेरे को अगर 1 रुपए की नौकरी करने में इंटरेस्ट आ रहा, मैं उसी को करूंगा, चाहे मेरे को 10 साल लगे, करूंगा वही मैं. मेरे को नहीं फाइनेंस में जाना था, मेरे को नहीं बैंक में जाना था, मैंने नहीं गया. मेरे को क्या करना था ना, मेरी जॉब स्टार्टिंग 10,000 से थी, अभी मैं ठीक ठाक कमा लेता हूँ, और इतना कमा लेता हूँ सब कुछ कर लेता हूँ मैं. ठीक है, तो यही से सीखा है सारी चीजें, और यहीं से सारी चीजें मिलके जाएंगी. तो लर्न करिए, लोगों से कनेक्ट रखिए. और इतने बड़े बड़े लोग हैं, आप लोग समझिए, अभी इनसे सीखने वाली बहुत सी चीजें बाकी हैं. और मैं फिर से वही रिपीट करूँ, ह्यूमैनिटी रखिएगा, ह्यूमैनिटी ही आगे चल के काम आएगा, वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. और आपको अगर लग रहा है कि नौकरी की तलाश है, तो नौकरी वाला कराने वाला भी आपको तलाश कर रहा है. तो आपको कैसा तलाश करना है और कैसे वे में जाना है, वो आप पे डिपेंड करता है. बाकी तो अब आए हो नए, तो सीखो 1-2 साल, समझ में आ जाएगा. प्लेसमेंट के टाइम पे जब 100 लोग बैठे होंगे, 100 लोगों के बीच में अपने आप को प्रूफ करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. पर वंस यू आर द गुड तो सारे हैं जो आए हैं, बेस्ट वहां पे करके दोगे ना, देन यू आर लीड इन मार्केट. आपके आइडियाज अलग से होने चाहिए, आपको इंथुजियाज्म, आपको जुनून होना चाहिए काम करने के लिए. मैं अभी भी जाता हूँ 10 बजे रात में घर जाता हूँ, 11 बजे जाता हूँ, मेरा मन है, क्योंकि मैं खुद को अपने को टाइम देना इतना इंपॉर्टेंट है. देन वी बिकम. अब सर ने यहाँ पे बनाया है मिलियंस, तो ऐसे नहीं बनाए हैं. अब जाके इनको अब उस पैसे को इनहेल करना है. आफ्टर 50 ईयर यू कैन यूटिलाइज द मनी, ओनली फॉर द मनी ओनली. पर्सन आपको बनाने हैं, तो पर्सन बनाने के लिए आपको अभी से काम करना होगा. दिन रात, कलर फेयर, बाल सब भूल जाइए. ठीक है, अब ये टाइम आ जाएगा, अभी मेरे भी ऐसे करके उड़ रहे हैं अभी. तो फिर मेरे को समझ में आता है कि पैसे तो खूब कमाए, तभी बाल इनके उड़े हुए हैं. ऐसा कुछ नहीं, वो टेंशन में उड़ जाते हैं. क्योंकि आपके साथ जो 100 लोग बैठे होंगे ना, हु कैन डिपेंड ऑन यू, हु कैन सी यू कि आप कैसे कर रहे हैं, देन यू बिकम ए गुड लीडर. आपको अपने लिए नहीं सोचना मैं 50,000, 1 लाख, 2 लाख की नौकरी कहीं भी कर लूंगा, बट मेरे पीछे जो जितने लोग खड़े हैं ना, उनको भी आपको आपकी दिस इज द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू टेक ग्रोथ. क्योंकि 100 इतने मिलियंस, अभी तो हम लोग नंबर 1 है आपको जनसंख्या में. बाकी किसी काम में नंबर 1 नहीं हो पा रहे हैं, अभी हम लोग लगे हुए हैं. इस काम को लेके रोक के रखना है, और मेन करना है कि और कामों में स्किल हम करके पाए. एंड थैंक यू सो मच फॉर लिसनिंग मी. ओके, थैंक यू सो मच.
Thank you, sir, for captivating us with splendid ideas. Ravjot Kaur is an alumni of Jaipuria School of Business, batch 2019-21, in HR and marketing as specialization. She is working as a senior talent acquisition in one of the India's largest media house, Hindustan Times. She now carries an experience into headhunting, executive search, and as an HR business partner. We are thrilled to have her presence amongst us today. I now request ma'am to please address the gathering.
So I am Ravjot Kaur from batch 2019 to 21. A very warm welcome to all the juniors, our future leaders. As an alumnus, it fills me with pride to stand before you today, and you are about to embark on an incredible journey filled with opportunities. I am living proof that Jaipuria College has the power to shape your future in a remarkable ways. So I was once in your shoes, full of dreams and a burning desire to make a mark in the world. And I advise to you guys that when it's time to enjoy your life, so live it properly, but it's time to make your future, so devote your 100% on it. So seize every opportunity that comes in your ways and view challenges as growth opportunities and setbacks as valuable lessons. People tell me that you are waiting for the magic. So yes, I tell you, so believe the magic, that it's a inside in you, the baby magic. So pull him, push him, and hard work, encourage him. So one day you will success. Okay. So imagine your future, think big and live it in present, because one day your future will be your present. So these two words, integrity and ethics, are very important and very essential in our life. So hold into your choices and align with your moral success, and your character and reputations are our priceless assets. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Day one of the orientation cum induction program has perfectly plowed the seeds of victory and excavated the majestic pillars of perseverance. Thank you everyone for creating miraculous memories with your benign presence. I extend my heartfelt thanks to all our respective dignitaries on dais and off dais. May I request our Honorable Chairman, sir, to please felicitate Mr. Amit Malik with a memento as a token of gratitude. I now request Shri Vinod Malhotra, sir, to please felicitate Mr. Mahesh Gupta with a memento as a token of gratitude. May I request Director General Sir to please felicitate Dr. Rupa Manjari Ghosh with a memento as a token of remembrance. I now request Dean Sir to please felicitate Mr. Abhijit Rai with a memento as a token of appreciation. I now request Professor Nitin Saxena to please felicitate Ms. Ravjot Kaur with a sapling and a memento as a token of appreciation. Thank you, everyone. Now, I would like to invite Professor Saloni Chitkara, Chairperson, PGDM, to please propose a vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, Siddhi, for being such a wonderful anchor today. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I feel incredibly honored and privileged to have been allowed to extend a vote of thanks on this first day of induction program, Prarambh, organized by Jaipuria School of Business. I want to extend my warm regards and heartfelt thanks to our mentors, Shri Shishir Jaipuria ji and Shri Vinod Malhotra ji. Sir, we feel blessed to have your presence here on this momentous occasion. I would like to thank our chief guest, Mr. Amit Malik, and guest of honors, Mr. Mahesh Gupta and Dr. Rupa Manjari Ghosh, for taking out their valuable time and ensuring their presence here. Today, we had the opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this is definitely encouraging us in all our future events. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and shown a new path to our young budding managers sitting over here. A special thanks to both our alumni, Mr. Abhijit Rai and Ms. Ravjot, who have always believed in their alma mater and were equally enthusiastic to meet the new batch. A special mention to our Director General, sir, for being the catalyst that always inspire us to do our best and stand as a pillar of power. A big thanks to Dean Academics, Dr. Tapan Kumar Nayak, for always being a guiding force. Our sincere gratitude goes out to all our eminent guests sitting over here, parents, and well-wishers for your esteemed presence in today's event. We have been fortunate to be supported by a team of very active and dedicated employees of our organization who are always well-versed with their jobs. On the behalf of my entire core committee, I would like to thank the people who worked behind the scene to execute this event and make it a great success. Our technical arrangement team, our admission team, our administration team, our student volunteers, and the entire housekeeping staff who had really worked hard for last 1 month to make this event a great success. Last but not the least, a big thanks to all our budding managers who are sitting over here for being such a wonderful audience. Thank you so much, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am, for expressing gratitude to our prominent speakers. This brings us to the end of the inaugural session of Prarambh. Now, I request